Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to take you through how to do a leg press exercise. This is a fantastic leg exercise. I really love it for advanced lifters and beginners as well, and I'm sure you're going to learn to love it too. I've done the video with a friend of mine called Jasmine, a gym I used to work on the Gold Coast called Inside Out Health Club. I hope you enjoy it, I hope you find it useful, and thank you so much for being here. And that video is coming up right now. Key things that you need to remember with all the machines that we're going to take you through today is make sure before you get on it, you set a weight that you know is right for you and that you feel is comfortable for you to be able to lift. Now, you might start slow, you might get it wrong to begin with, and that's okay. You might undercook it or overcook it. Just be careful if you think you might have overcooked it. But you can always just try a few reps and then reset. But make sure that you don't jump on the machine, forget to check the weight, and try and take on a weight that somebody else was using beforehand. So just make sure you do that with all of the machines we start with today. Then on the leg press, as we are today, let's get the setup right first. So just jump off for me a sec, Jasmine. She's very eager. So you can see we've got the seat here, and what we're gonna do is initially we're gonna set up. I'm gonna ask you to get your bum right into the bottom part of the seat, and then you're gonna have to get your feet on the plate, which is in front of me, and I'll show you the foot position in a minute. So Jasmine, if you get yourself right up against the seat for me. Perfect. Hey, she sat down well. Excellent. And now if we just look at the leg position, so we can see those there. Now what I always ask for when we do this, is I always ask for right angles in the ankles here, and right angles in the knees here, and the hips, okay? So you want to be working at 90 degrees, especially in those knees. So if you need to readjust the leg press machine at all, because you're not at those angles, then what we need to do is there's a little contraption on this side, which you can lift up, which brings the seat further in and further away. Oh, there we go. So as you can see, if we lift this up here, the seat, just push the seat away from me, Jasmine. Lovely. Then you can set it so that it's further away. Now, Jasmine, if you get back on the bench, on the seat, there you go. You can see that she's not quite at the right angle. She's too far away. We've lost that 90-degree angle in the knee. So now we've set it back to where it was for her, which is great. Now, if we look at her foot position, you can see that she is completely parallel, which is a great start. Her toes are pointing up, and her ankles and her knees are all in line with her hips. That is the angle that you want to be doing this exercise with. You don't want them to be too close, and you don't want them to be too far apart. You want to be in straight lines, because when you're at full extension, i.e. when you've pushed away, you want to make sure that you're stacking your joints. Your ankles, your knees, and your hips are all in alignment. And now Jasmine is just going to do a set for us. Lovely. What are you thinking about as you do this, Jasmine?
To not lock my knees.
Excellent answer. That's exactly what I was after. And we didn't rehearse this. So when you're doing the leg press, one of the really important things to do is to make sure that when you're at full extension, you're not locking your knees out, because you don't want the pressure of the weight going against your knees, and that will bend your knees down like this. You want to keep your knees ever so slightly soft. And the other thing you'll notice is that she is not slamming the stack down. So you just come down and just make a noise with the stack for me, like this. There you go. You want to try and avoid that noise when you're doing the leg press. You want to keep the stack engaged the whole time, so it might mean you don't always come all the way in for a full range of motion, but that's better than you constantly smacking the weight against the machine. Anything else to add?
No, I just make sure my chest is upright as well, so then I'm always against the pad, and I probably just drive a little bit through my heels to make sure.
Very good points of advice. And to help with keeping the chest up, there are little handles here on the machine as well, which you can indeed use. Excellent, and that's the leg press.
And that's the leg press.
As I mentioned in the last leg press video, we have two leg presses here, and each to their own. This one is more higher stack, and it might force you into a bigger range of motion. Also, this machine weighs an awful lot more, so you'll probably need less weight on it to begin with, because the machine itself weighs more as it's coming down onto you. Now, to add weight to the machine, as Jasmine is demonstrating, she's gone and got a disc plate, and then all you do is you put that on the side, on the handles, and then, because Jasmine's a wonderful little helper, she's going to sit herself right down into the bench. So here we are set up with the bench. As you can see, her body is at a stranger, like a less upright angle. On this machine now, you can't change the distance between the seat and the, what's this thing called?
The press.
The press, is that what you'd call it?
We're going to call it the press.
We're going to call it the press. We're going with the press.
We're going to call
And this thing. Okay, some of them that you might be in other gyms, you can change that distance, but on here you can't. It's one set distance. So that will mean that you might need to be careful when engaging it to begin with. Now to engage it, there's levers just down here by my side. So you need to push away as Jasmine just did, and then grab the lever and flick it up. And that will rotate the stoppers away. And now you're in charge of the machine, and there's nothing stopping the machine from coming all the way down or going all the way up. Now to do one of these, a rep on this, you just softly bend the knees. Excellent. Come in to here and away. Now what we're looking for when she does this is we're looking for a direct angle here across her hips and her knees. So bring it in. So once you get to there, that's perfect, Jasmine. You've done a full rep, and then you're free to push away again. And again, she's putting weight through her heels, not through her toes, and she's making sure that she doesn't fully extend through the knees. Anything else to add?
You also got your little handles here to help drive through.
Fantastic. And a big thing with this, because obviously this will probably lend itself to adding more weight to it, I would say make sure you engage your breath as you push away. So big breath in, allow the weight to come down, and then breathe out, squeeze the abs as you push the weight back out to extension. And it works exactly the same muscles as this machine. Behind me, the pink leg press. It's just a different way other people might like. And then to finish, just flick the handles back in, put the stoppers in place, and then you're free to get up and out of the machine.
Which is a bit difficult.
It is. It's not the most ergonomic machine like that. And that's the unergonomic leg press.